Have you ever wondered what makes a movie truly timeless? What elevates a film from just a story to a cultural phenomenon? Today, we're diving deep into the world of Don Vito Corleone, into the shadows and grandeur of Francis Ford Coppola's 1972 masterpiece, The Godfather. This isn't just a gangster movie. It's an epic saga about family, power, loyalty, and the tragic corrosion of the human soul. So, grab a cannoli, settle in, and let's explore why, over 50 years later, The Godfather remains an offer you can't refuse. The film opens not with a bang, but with a plea. I believe in America. These are the first words we hear, spoken by the Undertaker Bonacera to Don Vito Corleone. This opening scene is pure genius. It immediately establishes the central theme, the tension between the American dream and the shadow world the Corleones inhabit. Don Vito, played with unforgettable quiet authority by Marlon Brando, isn't just a mob boss. He's a patriarch, a community leader, a man who offers a different kind of justice when the official system fails. He operates by a code, a strict set of principles that, while criminal, possess their own internal logic and morality. This scene, set during his daughter's wedding, masterfully contrasts the light and joy of the celebration outside with the dark, serious business being conducted inside his office. It as a visual metaphor for the entire film, the beautiful facade of family life built upon a foundation of violence and fear. At its core, The Godfather is a story of transformation, specifically the tragic transformation of Michael Corleone. When we first meet Michael, played by a young, brilliant Al Pacino, he's the family's golden boy. A decorated war hero, a Dartmouth graduate, he stands apart from the family business. He tells his girlfriend Kay, "That's my family, Kay. It's not me." He represents hope, a chance for the Corleone name to become legitimate, to finally step into the light. But fate, or perhaps family, has other plans. The turning point is the assassination attempt on his father. This brutal act forces Michael to confront a choice: remain an outsider or protect his family. The scene in the hospital, where he finds his father vulnerable and alone, is pivotal. He sees the threats closing in, and in that moment, something shifts within him. He's no longer just an observer. He becomes a player. His decision to assassinate Sollozzo and the corrupt police captain McCluskey is the point of no return. The sequence is a masterclass in tension. The quiet Italian dialogue, the sound of the train rumbling past, the close-up on Michael's tormented eyes. It's the baptism of a new man, a man willing to shed blood to secure his family's power. It's the moment the war hero dies and the mob boss is born. Coppola's filmmaking is nothing short of breathtaking. The cinematography by Gordon Willis is legendary. He uses darkness and shadow not just for atmosphere, but to tell the story. The characters often emerge from darkness, their faces half-lit, symbolizing their moral ambiguity. This visual style, dubbed the Prince of Darkness, gives the film its rich, painterly quality. Every frame feels like a Rembrandt painting. Think of Don Vito's office, a space almost entirely consumed by shadows, where only the Don himself seems to command the light. It's a visual representation of his power and the murky world he commands. And we can't talk about The Godfather without mentioning the music. Nino Rota's score is as iconic as any character. The main theme, that haunting, melancholy waltz, perfectly captures the film's sense of grandeur, tradition, and underlying sorrow. It's the music of a dynasty, beautiful and grand, but tinged with the sadness of its inevitable decay. The music doesn't just accompany the scenes, it deepens them, giving emotional weight to the Corleones' rise and fall. The film explores power in all its forms. There's the brute force of Luca Brasi, the hot-headed impulsiveness of Sonny, the cunning legal mind of Tom Hagen, and the cold, calculating intelligence of Michael. But the ultimate power belongs to Don Vito. His power isn't just about violence, it's about influence, respect, and understanding human nature. He famously says, "A man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man." This line reveals his philosophy. Family is the source of all strength. It's this deep-seated belief in loyalty and family obligation that both builds his empire and, ironically, traps his children within it. The most powerful sequence, and perhaps one of the greatest in all of cinema, is the baptism scene. Coppola brilliantly intercuts the sacred ceremony of Michael becoming a godfather to his nephew with the brutal, systematic elimination of his enemies. As Michael renounces Satan and all his works in the church, his men are carrying out his orders, executing the heads of the other 4 families in a symphony of violence. The juxtaposition is chilling. It's Michael's final transformation. He has not only embraced the family business, he has perfected it, becoming more ruthless and efficient than his father ever was. The innocent baby is baptized with holy water, while Michael is baptized in blood, solidifying his new identity as the undisputed, terrifying new Don. By the end of the film, Michael has achieved total power. He has secured his family's future and avenged his brother's death. But what has he lost? Look at the final shot. Kay watches as the door to Michael's office closes, shutting her out, just as Michael has been shut off from his own humanity. He is now the Don, isolated by his own power, surrounded by men who kiss his hand and call him Godfather. He has saved the family, but lost his soul. This is the central tragedy of The Godfather. It's not about whether crime pays, it's about the price you pay to be a criminal. The moral decay is absolute. The young man who once wanted nothing to do with this life is now its master, and in doing so, has become a stranger to the woman he loves and to the man he once was. The Godfather is more than a movie. It's a piece of modern mythology. It examines the dark side of the American dream and asks profound questions about loyalty, morality, and the corrupting nature of power. Its influence on filmmaking and popular culture is immeasurable. From its unforgettable dialogue to its complex characters and stunning visuals, it's a film that continues to reward viewers with every watch. It teaches us that the choices we make, especially those made for family, can define and ultimately consume us. It's a perfect, tragic, and beautiful work of art. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into a true cinematic classic. What's your favorite scene or quote from The Godfather? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more explorations of the greatest films ever made. Until next time.